Have you ever felt like your body just doesn't respond the way it used to? Maybe you've noticed that certain foods leave you feeling sluggish, bloated, or just plain unwell. It's not your imagination. Our bodies change as we age. And what worked for us in our 40s or 50s might not be the best choice now that we're 65 and beyond. The good news? A few simple adjustments to what we eat can make a world of difference in how we feel every day. That's why today we're diving into a topic that's so important for our health and well-being. Dangerous foods to avoid after 65. What's secretly hurting your health? Now, I know what you might be thinking. I've been eating this way for years. Why change now? But here's the thing. Our metabolism slows down. Our digestive system becomes more sensitive, and our nutritional needs shift as we get older. Some foods that were once harmless or even healthy can now work against us, quietly contributing to issues like inflammation, weight gain, or even chronic conditions. The goal here isn't to scare you or make you feel like you have to give up everything you love. It's about making small, smart choices that can help you feel your best, stay active, and enjoy life to the fullest. So, let's get started. In this video, we'll cover 5 common foods that might be secretly hurting your health after 65. I'll explain why they can be problematic, what they might be doing to your body, and most importantly, what you can eat instead to stay healthy and energized. By the end, you'll have a clear idea of how to make simple swaps that can have a big impact on your overall well-being. Let's begin with the first food on our list, processed meats. Now, I know how convenient these can be. Things like deli slices, hot dogs, bacon, and sausages are quick, easy, and often packed with flavor. But here's the problem. Processed meats are loaded with sodium, preservatives, and unhealthy fats. For seniors, this combination can be particularly tough on the body. Too much sodium can lead to high blood pressure, which is already a common concern as we age. And those preservatives, they've been linked to inflammation, which can worsen joint pain and even increase the risk of heart disease. But it's about what's in these meats. It's also about what they lack. Processed meats often gain low in the nutrients our bodies need, like fiber, vitamins, and healthy fats. So, what can you do instead? Try swapping processed meats for lean, unprocessed proteins like grilled chicken, turkey, or fish. If you're craving that savory flavor, experiment with herbs and spices to add depth without the extra sodium. And if you're a fan of sandwiches, consider using hummus or avocado as a spread. It's a delicious way to boost your intake of healthy fats. Now, let's move on to the second food to avoid: sugary drinks. This includes sodas, sweetened teas, and even some fruit juices that are marketed as healthy. Here's the issue. As we age, our bodies become vascular efficient at processing sugar. Drinking sugary beverages can cause blood sugar spikes, which over time can lead to insulin resistance, weight gain, and even type 2 diabetes. Plus, these drinks are often empty calories. They don't fill you up or provide any real nutrition, but they can still pack on the pounds. And it's not just about the sugar. Many sugary drinks are also acidic, which can harm your teeth and even contribute to bone loss over time. So, what's better option? Water is always the best choice, but if you're looking for something with a little more flavor, try infusing your water with slices of lemon, cucumber, or fresh mint. Herbal teas are another great alternative. They're hydrating, caffeine-free, and come in a variety of delicious flavors. If you're missing the fizz of soda, sparkling water with a splash of 100% fruit juice can be a refreshing treat. Now that we've covered processed meats and sugary drinks, let's talk about the third food to avoid: white bread and refined grains. These are staples in many diets. Think white bread, pasta, rice, and pastries. The problem with refined grains is that they've been stripped of their fiber and nutrients during processing. What's left is a product that's quickly digested, leading to rapid spikes in blood sugar and leaving you feeling hungry again soon after eating. For seniors, this can be especially problematic. Without enough fiber, digestion can slow down, leading to issues like constipation or bloating. Plus, the lack of nutrients means you're missing out on the vitamins and minerals your body needs to stay strong and healthy. So, what's the solution? Switch to whole grains whenever possible. Whole wheat bread, brown rice, quinoa, and oats are all excellent choices. They're packed with fiber, which helps keep your digestive system running smoothly, and they provide a steady source of energy to keep you feeling full and satisfied. By now, you're probably starting to see a pattern. Small changes can make a big difference. And the best part, you don't have to give up the foods you love entirely. It's all about making smarter choices and finding healthier alternatives that still taste great. In the next part, we'll dive into the final two foods to avoid and explore more tips for staying healthy and vibrant after 65. So stick around. You won't want to miss it. Now that we've talked about processed meats, sugary drinks, and refined grains, let's move on to the fourth food to avoid: fried foods. Oh, I know. This one might sting a little. Who doesn't love the crispy, golden goodness of fried chicken, French fries, or onion rings? But here's the hard truth. Fried foods are loaded with unhealthy fats, particularly trans fats and saturated fats, which can wreak havoc on your heart and overall health. As we age, our cardiovascular system becomes more vulnerable, and consuming too much of these fats can increase your risk of heart disease, stroke, and high cholesterol. But it's not just your heart that's at risk. Fried foods are also harder to digest, which can lead to discomfort, bloating, and even acid reflux, something many of us are already dealing with as we get older. Plus, the high calorie content can contribute to weight gain, which puts extra strain on your joints and can make it harder to stay active. So what can you do if you're craving that crispy texture? Try baking or air frying instead. You can still get that satisfying crunch without all the unhealthy fats. For example, instead of deep-fried chicken, try oven-baked chicken coated with whole grain breadcrumbs and a touch of olive oil. It's just as delicious but much kinder to your body. And let's not forget about the fifth and final food on our list: packaged snacks and desserts. I'm talking about things like chips, cookies, crackers, and candy bars. These foods are often packed with sugar, unhealthy fats, and artificial additives, none of which do your body any favors. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at processing these ingredients, which can lead to weight gain, blood sugar imbalances, and even mood swings. Plus, many packaged snacks are low in nutrients, meaning they don't provide the vitamins and minerals your body needs to stay strong and healthy. But here's the thing. Snacking isn't inherently bad. In fact, it can be a great way to keep your energy levels stable throughout the day. The key is choosing healthier options. Instead of reaching for a bag of chips, try snacking on a handful of nuts or seeds. They're packed with healthy fats, protein, and fiber, which can keep you feeling full and satisfied. If you have a sweet tooth, opt for fresh fruit or a small piece of dark chocolate. These choices are not only delicious, but also provide nutrients that support your overall health. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds great, but how do I actually make these changes? The good news is you don't have to overhaul your diet overnight. Start small. Maybe this week you swap out your sugary drinks for infused water or herbal tea. Next week, try replacing white bread with whole grain options. The key is to take it one step at a time. Remember, this isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Every small change you make adds up to a big difference in how you feel. And don't forget, you're not alone in this. Many of us are navigating these same challenges, and it's okay to ask for help or seek out resources. If you are not sure where to start, consider talking to a nutritionist or dietitian who can help you create a plan that works for your unique needs and preferences. You might also find it helpful to involve a friend or family member in your journey. Having someone to share the experience with can make it more enjoyable and keep you motivated. As we wrap up this part of the discussion, I want to remind you that taking care of your health is one of the most powerful ways to maintain your independence and enjoy life to the fullest. By making smarter food choices, you're not just avoiding potential health pitfalls. You're investing in a future where you can stay active, engaged, and vibrant. In the next part, we'll bring everything together and talk about how to create a balanced, sustainable approach to eating that supports your health and happiness. So stay tuned. You're doing great, and I can't wait to share more with you. We've covered a lot of ground so far, haven't we? From processed meats and sugary drinks to fried foods and packaged snacks, we've talked about some of the most common foods that can secretly hurt your health after. But here's the thing. Knowing what to avoid is only half the battle. The other half is figuring out how to replace those foods with healthier, more nourishing options that still bring you joy. After all, food isn't just fuel. It's one of life's great pleasures, and it should always feel that way. So let's bring everything together and talk about how you can create a balanced, sustainable approach to eating that supports your health and happiness. First, let's revisit the 5 foods we've discussed and summarize the key takeaways. Processed meats, high in sodium and preservatives. These can contribute to high blood pressure and inflammation. Swap them for lean proteins like grilled chicken, turkey, or fish, and experiment with herbs and spices for flavor. Sugary drinks. These can cause blood sugar spikes and provide empty calories. Replace them with water, herbal teas, or sparkling water with a splash of fruit juice. Refined grains. Low in fiber and nutrients, these can lead to blood sugar imbalances and digestive issues. Choose whole grains like whole wheat bread, brown rice, and quinoa instead. Fried foods, packed with unhealthy fats. These can strain your heart and digestive system. Opt for baked or air-fried alternatives to satisfy your cravings without the guilt. Packaged snacks and desserts, often loaded with sugar, unhealthy fats, and artificial additives. These can lead to weight gain and nutrient deficiencies. Snack on nuts, seeds, fresh fruit, or dark chocolate for a healthier treat. Now, let's talk about how to put all of this into practice. One of the best ways to make lasting changes is to focus on adding rather than subtracting. Instead of thinking about all the foods you can't have, think about all the delicious, nutritious foods you get to enjoy. For example, if you're used to starting your day with a sugary cereal, try switching to a bowl of oatmeal topped with fresh berries and a drizzle of honey. It's just as satisfying, but it's packed with fiber, antioxidants, and natural sweetness. Another tip is to plan ahead. Life can get busy, and it's easy to reach for convenience foods when you're short on time or energy. But with a little preparation, you can set yourself up for success. Spend a few hours on the weekend chopping vegetables, cooking a big pot of soup, or portioning out healthy snacks. That way, when hunger strikes, you'll have plenty of nutritious options ready to go. And don't forget to listen to your body. As we age, our appetites and tastes can change, and that's okay. Pay attention to how different foods make you feel. If something leaves you feeling sluggish or uncomfortable, it might be worth cutting back or finding an alternative. On the flip side, if you discover a new food or recipe that makes you feel amazing, embrace it. This is your journey, and it's all about finding what works best for you. Finally, let's talk about the bigger picture. And healthier food choices isn't just about avoiding certain foods. It's about creating a lifestyle that supports your overall well-being. That means staying active, getting enough sleep, managing stress, and staying connected with loved ones. When you combine these habits with a balanced diet, you're setting yourself up for a life full of energy, independence, and joy. So as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. Small changes can lead to big results. You don't have to do everything perfectly, and you don't have to do it all at once. Start with 1 or 2 changes and build from there. Celebrate your progress no matter how small. And remember that every step you take is a step toward a healthier, happier you. I'd love to hear how you're doing on your journey. Have you tried any of the swaps we've talked about today? Do you have a favorite healthy recipe or tip to share? Let me know in the comments below. I'm always excited to hear from you. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more tips on living your best life after 65. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, it's never too late to make a change. Here's to your health, your happiness, and your vibrant future. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.